Good evening, class. Welcome to the last flipped video for Chapter 1. This one is going to be on Lesson 110, and it is a review of order of operations. Now, order of operations refers to the steps that you take in order to get the correct answer when you're evaluating or simplifying a numerical expression. And you probably know this better as PEMDAS. Okay, some people remember this as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or just PEMDAS. And that helps you remember the steps that you do in order. So let's review quickly what PEMDAS means. I like to write PEMDAS like this, and the reason for this, and this is real important, and it's good to remember for your daily quiz tomorrow. Let's talk about what they all stand for first. So P stands for parentheses. Okay, and what we do is, it's not just parentheses. It's parentheses or other grouping symbols. So there's other ways to group. Some different grouping symbols include the parentheses that I just put around grouping symbols. They also include things like square brackets. Curly brackets can be used for grouping symbols. There's when we do positive and negative numbers, there's a function called the absolute value, where we put the vertical bars on either side. And there's also an implied grouping that we'll talk about a little bit later in this video. So parentheses or grouping comes first. That's step one. Now your book only talks about 3 steps. They skip down to M and D, but there's actually another step right here called exponents. And we're not going to do a lot of that this year. We're certainly not going to do any today in this lesson. We'll probably do a few in class just to show you what step that is, but that's step 2. Now the M and the D stand for multiplication. Multiplication, I can't write today. Multiplication and division. And the reason I put them together instead of putting M and then D is M and D, M does not come before D. They tie. So when we have multiplication division in an expression, we actually do them from left to right, whichever one we come to first. They're both considered kind of the same priority. And then finally, the same idea is true with A and S. That stands for addition and subtraction. And again, we don't necessarily do addition before we do subtraction. They're both done in the same priority, so they're done last. And again, we go from left to right. All right, so and this isn't going to really make a lot of sense, although you have seen this before. This should be a review lesson for the most part, until you really see an example. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example. Suppose I have 17 minus 4 times 3. If you didn't know about order of operations, you would probably be tempted to just go straight from left to right, and you would get 17 minus 4 is 13, and you'd multiply 13 times 3, and you would get 39. And that would make sense. However, that is incorrect. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through and you're supposed to follow PEMDAS. So we look, are there any parentheses? Well, there aren't. Are there any exponents? Again, no. But the next step is multiplication and division, and we do have a multiplication division. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12, and you could think of this as negative 4 times 3, which is actually negative 12. We haven't really gotten into integers yet, so what I would probably just do is say 4 times 3 is 12, and then the minus stays a minus, and we get 17 minus 12. And now we solve, and we get 5. And 5 is the correct answer. Remember, we got 39 when we did out of order. So if you don't do things in the right order, you will not get the right answer. Okay, it's just that simple, and it's that important. All right. Let's take a look at another example. Suppose I have 3 plus 2 in parentheses divided by 4 minus 3 also in parentheses. Okay, so now again we follow PEMDAS. So let's go ahead and write this down right up here. So PEMDAS says do the parentheses, then the exponents, then multiplication, division, and then addition, subtraction. All right, so step 1, parentheses. Well, I have 2 sets of parentheses. I've got one here and I've got one over here. Well, again, this technically, if we have more than one thing that are the same, again, we do from left to right. So what we would actually do first is we do 3 plus 2, which is 5, and we would leave the 4 minus 3 completely alone. And then the next step we go through, we're still on parentheses, now we do the 4 minus 3, which is 1. Okay, so we get 5 divided by 1. That's all that's left. 5 divided by 1 is, of course, 5, and we're done. That's all there is to it. Okay, and we're going to see a problem like this in a second because there's another way to write this same kind of problem. Before we do that, let's take a look at one more example. Let's look at a little bit longer one, and this really stresses the ties between multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction. So I want you to go through. I'm going to go ahead and put letters here. I'm going to put an A here under the minus, a B under the plus, a C under the divide, and a D under the times. Okay, and I would like you right now to rank what order you think these operations are going to get done in. Okay, so essentially we're going to, one step at a time, we're going to do each of these things: subtract, add, divide, and multiply. What order should I do them in for this particular numeric expression? So stop, pause me for a second, think about that, and as soon as you have your answer, go ahead and hit play and see if we agree. All right, so PEMDAS, another way to write it is P-E-M-D and then A-S, and put commas between the steps. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It says to do the parentheses first. Well, that's easy. There are none. Second step is to do the exponents. Again, there are none. So now we get to the third step, which is multiplication division from left to right. So I go from the left to the right, and the very first thing I'm going to hit that's a multiplication or division is a division. So step 1 is C, the division. And then right after I do the division, step D is a multiplication. Going from left to right, that actually gets done second. So again, see, even though when we usually say PEMDAS, we put the M first and then the D, in this case, the division gets done first, then the multiplication. Okay, now when we're done with that, both of these has been done, so let me rewrite the problem. What we'll get is we'll have 24 minus 7 plus 16 divided by, oops, I'm sorry, let me back up. So 16 divided by 8 gets done first, so 16 divided by 8 becomes 2, and then the times 3. And then the next step, I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 times 3, so I get 24 minus 7 plus 6. All right, now, what gets done next? I have a subtraction and addition, so I'm done with step 3. Now I get to step 4, addition, subtraction from left to right. And so as I go from left to right, I actually hit the subtraction first. So if you picked A as the third operation, you are correct. 24 minus 7 gives me 17, and finally 17 plus 6 will equal 23, and that's my final answer. So the last thing that gets done is B, the addition. So if you said C, D, A, B in order, you are correct. Those are the order of those operations. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, let's wrap this up. Shoot. Well, I didn't leave myself enough room. So I'm going to take this problem that I just rewrote. Let's go ahead and erase it. Well, here, we'll just go to a new slide. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to a new slide. And I'm going to write a similar problem. What if I had 2 plus 3 all over 7 plus 8? Now, in this case, you look at it, are there any parentheses? The answer is no. Are there any exponents? No. Is there any multiplication or division? Well, this great big thing in the middle is one great big division, so you might think that would get done first. This is the one I was alluding to. You don't see parentheses on this, but technically speaking, in order to divide, all of 2 plus 3 is getting divided by all of 7 plus 8. So even though we don't draw the parentheses in, this is actually just like that problem we did back here, where we had 3 plus 2 divided by 4 minus 3. Okay? There is an implied grouping when we have a fraction like this. So even though you don't see the parentheses, this is still step 1. So what I would do when you run into a problem like this is just remind yourself grouping gets done first, so put the parentheses in. And so what would actually happen here first is 2 plus 3 would give you 5 on the top, and 7 plus 8 would give you 15 on the bottom, and then the last thing that gets done is the division, although this time it's a fraction, so I would just simplify to the fraction 1/3. Okay, and that's a little sneak peek of some of the fraction stuff we'll be doing very shortly. Okay, that's pretty much it for order of operations. Okay, so remember to bring your textbook to class tomorrow, and we'll do. We're going to basically spend tomorrow finishing up 1-9 on the long division. We're going to wrap that up tomorrow and correct what you've been working on in class. So hopefully you've got all of your 1-9 problems done. Real quickly, if you forgot to write them down, the problems that everybody's supposed to have done are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 if you're in the 6-4 class. If you're in the 6-5 class, you should already have all those done. So the additional problems are problems 14, 16, 26, 28, 34, and finally 46. Okay, and again, this is classwork we've been working on the last couple days. You should have most of these first 4 questions done already. So just get a couple more done. Don't spend a ton of time on it. And then tomorrow in class, we'll be going over some order of operation practice in 110. We'll wrap that up over the weekend, and then Monday and Tuesday we'll be reviewing and getting ready for our test on Wednesday. Also, one quick reminder, you will have a quiz tomorrow in class, and that quiz can cover anything from section 1.4 up to section 1.8. The long division will not be on the quiz tomorrow. Okay, that's it for tonight. I will see you tomorrow.